Kala, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Harakwakadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, a great millstone. The lions, then the ruler teach well. Salutations to the whole for the leg around the four corners of the earth. Okay? Alright. And as y'all can see, I'm gonna get straight to the point today, man. I was just reading Wisdom of Solomon. And I figured this would be a good eye opener to the new people, you know, so they can have more discernment on who these false gods are. You know what I'm saying? Who Solomon was talking about. All right. All right, and I'm reading that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 13. Yeah. And I'm gonna start off at verse 1. I'm not gonna read all the way down. I'm gonna be skipping around a little bit in chapter 13 to prove a point, but Lord willing, it's edifying. All right. All right. All right. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 13 verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of Yahweh. All right. And could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster. All right. But deem they, this is what the vain men who are ignorant of God, this is what they do. Now, vain men, I'm gonna bring out some examples, all right? But this is a broader sense of what they do, and I'm gonna show y'all, you know what I'm saying, in different beliefs, what they believe, all right? And it says, verse 2, it says, but deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be gods which govern the world. Now, that's what the foolish man said, the vain man that's ignorant of our power, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, because we know how the earth was made, all right? But they don't. And I'm going to get into some of these religions just to show y'all. Salaki. All right, now I'm going to start off with these monks, man. And it says, monks were spiritual, aesthetic, and practitioners of a mystical energy known as Ka, all right? The magical essence which flows through all living things. Isn't that what I just read? Isn't that what I just read with these people who are ignorant of God, ignorant of Yahweh do? But deem either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be gods, all right? All living things. And they don't take into account the creator. You know what I'm saying? They believe in the creation more than they believe in the creator. They don't believe in the creator at all. All right? They don't even know who the creator is. All right? And I'm going to skip down to I skip down to verse 9, 10. It says, for if they were able to know so much that they could aim that they could aim at the world, how did they not sooner find the Lord thereof? All right. Now they deem themselves to be wise men. You know what I'm saying? These religions deem themselves to be in tune. You know what I'm saying? But they can't be but so in tune because they never found out the true Creator. All right, which is Yahweh Yahweh Shai, which only the Israelites know. All right. But miserable are they, and in dead things is their hope. Come on. Who call them gods, which are the works of men's hands, gold and silver, to show art in and resemblance of beasts, or a stone good for nothing, the work of an ancient hand. All right, and now I'm gonna show y'all some of these. All right. Starting off with Baal, you know what I'm saying? It was false deity, man, who the people worship. And it's a stone, you know what I'm saying? They worship a stone or a calf, you know, with horns on his head, and it's usually like a circle in between his head, I think. But these are one of the many false deities, man, that people worship. All right. And the golden, you say the golden, look, Buddha belly. You know what I'm saying? This is what these people worship, man. Um, False things, man. The works of men's hands, gold and silver, to show art and resemblance of beasts or a stone good for nothing. This is what these things are, man. Idolatry, man. So if any of you Israelites that are watching this, take heed to these seducing spirits, man. Do not. All right. It is false and it is not your power. All right. It can do nothing for you. And I'm about to read that. Go to verse 11. It says, "Now a carpenter that felleth timber, after he have sawn down a tree, meet for the purpose of taking off all the bark skillfully round about, and have wrought it handsomely, and made a vessel thereof fit for the service of man's life." All right. And after spending the refuse of his works to dress his meat, have filled himself, and taken the very refuse among those which served to no use, being a crooked piece of wood, and full of knots, having carved it diligently, when he had nothing else to do, and formed it by the skill of his understanding, and fashioned it to the image of a man. And that's what these fake deity like statues and false gods are like. I think Haru's another one. I'll pull them up for y'all so y'all can see who I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? They paint the light, you know what I'm saying? They take things of the earth, things that the creator made, and take them and put their own spin on it, man. Make it more than what it is, man. It ain't nothing but a bird with a head on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a man with a bird head. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Salaki for my language, but at the end of the day, it's nothing but idolatry, man. These guys can do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. All right, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read again. And what was that? And fashioned it. It said verse 13 at the bottom of verse 13. It said, "And fashioned it to the image of man." Look at this. Bird with a man with a bird head. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but vain imaginations from the wicked. You know, and we were under these people, man. Everybody who we've been under worship false idols, man. That's why it's a slap in the face to Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? That we want to be like them and worship these type of things. You know what I'm saying? This is a big reason why we keep getting put into captivity. You know, because we wanted to worship these type of things. You know what I'm saying? These vain imaginations, man. These false gods. All right. It said, or made it like some vile beast, laying it over with vermilion and paint, coloring it red, and covering every spot therein. All right, and that's what they used to do, man. Just like the calf, it's basically like a craftsman. He will go in the woods, cut down a tree, and he'll carve all the knots out of it. You know, it says like in verse 13, it says, being a crooked piece of wood full of knots. That's how it is when you first cut it down. But after, you know what I'm saying, he had carved it diligently when he had nothing else to do, and formed it by the skill of his understanding, and fastened it to the image of man. Therefore, they took a piece of wood and made it into, to them, it's a living vessel. They really think that some type of God lives within this piece of wood. All right. Which is nothing but a piece of wood, all right? And they carve it and they made it like some man, image of a man, or like some vile beast, laying it over with vermilion and painting it the color red and covering every spot therein, all right? And when he had made a covenant room for it, and this is what in the covenant room is going into these witches, man, and they like these witches and these false idols, man, they make these little rooms. I guess you call them in modern day terms, you call them altars and shit. Altars. They'll make an altar for these things, man. You know, a little room where it's like sacred. They'll put a whole bunch of shit around it, you know, like a shrine. You know what I'm saying? They'll put a bunch of shit around it and sit in there and make the room like real dim and shit. And they'll sit there and like be praising praising this fucking piece of wood, man, at the end of the day, or this candle, or this whatever witchcraft they came up with, of learned from some vain person, and they really believe that it has power. You know what I'm saying? And it's foolishness in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? And I'm just, like I said, I was just bringing this out because I know a lot of people are into stuff like this. And I want to make it clear, you know what I'm saying, that this stuff is an abomination. All right? We are not to be into things like this, because it's nothing. It's good for nothing. Nothing but a piece of wood, man. All right? It said, verse 16, it said, for he provided for it that it may not fall, knowing that it was unable to help itself, for it is an image and have need of help. Yeah, man, that's why when these people build these shrines and these statues and these Buddha bellies and these Baal calves, they got to keep them up, man. You got to go, you got to dust it, you know what I'm saying? You got to repaint it if it fadeth away, you know what I'm saying? Because it can't care for itself, man. It's not a god. It has no power. It's good for nothing. It has no life in it. You know what I'm saying? And how foolish is the man that worships something with no life, but in the same sentence would say there is no God? Stupid. Retarded. Salakia for saying that word, retarded. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Ignorant is the word. And it says for health, it says had no life in verse 17. Verse 18 says for health, he called upon that which is weak. Yeah, man, they'll sit there and they'll pray to these little things, man, these little items for health. You know what I'm saying? For life, you know what I'm saying? He prayeth to that which is dead, you know what I'm saying? Witchcraft, voodoo, you know what I'm saying? Hoodoo, anything. They'll all do that shit, man. They pray to the dead and shit for aid, humbly beseech of that which has least means to help. All right, and they pray for these things, you know what I'm saying, to that which is dead and for aid, you know what I'm saying, and for a good journey, he acts of that which cannot set a foot forward. Just like the men of the Lord do. You know, we pray to the Lord before we step out, but the Lord is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not nowhere under the sun you can go where the Lord can't go, where Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai can't see, because his eyes are 3 times brighter than the sun. All right? But these deities that y'all worship, and they can't move. They cannot move. They cannot go. You pray to these things to bring you back safely, and that's sadly not the case. You know what I'm saying? And for gaining and getting. They pray to these things for abundance, you know what I'm saying? For money, for love, you know what I'm saying? They do all these things. And for success of his hands, asking for ability to do of him that is most unable to do anything. Right? And that's the point that I wanted to get. And I'm gonna put them up again so y'all can see these, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like this Egyptian bullshit. You got the monks that worship this bullshit. They worship spiritual, like the magical essence which flows through all living things. You know what I'm saying? You got Baal. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can type in Baal golden calf. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got Baal. You know what I'm saying? People worship this shit. And our people was worshiping this shit. This is what when Moses came down from the mountain, this is what the people was worshiping and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right here. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things which we are not to do, being true followers of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. All right? And I just wanted to make that clear for the people, for the newcomers. You know, to strictly stay away from these forbidden things, these forbidden practices, man. Because the Lord is a jealous power, man. If you do stuff like that, you will be separated, you know what I'm saying, from Israel, and you will be punished. All right? Hey, man, I hope this was edifying. You know what I'm saying? Till the next